Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and a very good morning. Okay, welcome to our class, Water Supply and Wastewater Engineering. Okay, today I would like to describe our first lesson in chapter 1. The title of chapter 1 is Water Resource and Quality. Alright. First, let me share our class note. Alright. Right. Water resources and quality. Alright. Chapter 1 is water resources and quality for water supply and wastewater engineering. Okay, after this lesson, I hope all the students can determine the source of water supply and know the limit of the important for the water usage. Okay, student is able to describe the source of water supply and also determine the surface water resources from the river, lake and reservoir or dam, and also determine the resources from the groundwater. Okay. The other one, after the lesson, students are able to determine the surface and groundwater quality characteristic. Okay, we have the three characteristic of water quality. First is physical characteristic. Second is chemical characteristic. And third is biological characteristic. Okay, and I hope all the students can explain about surface water and groundwater contaminate generation for human and industrial impact result in a reduction of refresh water and degradation of water quality. Okay, why we must learn about the water usage. Okay, this is the importance of water usage. Okay, actually water is one of the most important substance on our earth, and water is important for all plant and animal. It must have water to survive, and if there was no water, there would be no life in our earth. Okay, a part of drinking, a part of our drinking into survive. Okay, people have many other use for water. This is include to cooking, washing our body. Okay, washing clothes. Okay, washing, cooking, and eat, and keeping house and community clean. Okay, ration such as a swimming pool, and keep a plant alive in garden and park. Okay, water is important that the water which people drink and use for other purpose is to the purpose is must be clean. Okay, that means the water must be free of germ or free of the contaminate and chemical, and it be clear, not cloudy. Okay, Other than that, water that is safe for drinking is called potable water. And the disease causing germ and chemical can find their way into the water supply. Okay, when it happens, the water becomes polluted or contaminate, and when the people drink it or come in contact with the other way, they can become a very sick when we take a contaminate of the water. Okay. Uh, water is what water that is not safe to drink is said be to non-potable. Okay, throughout history, there have been many occasions when hundreds of thousands of people have died because disease-causing germs have been separate through the community by a polluted water supply. Alright. One of the reason this happen less frequently now, it is the people is many country make sure drinking water supply are potable. Okay, water supply are routinely checked for germ and chemical which can pollute water. Okay, if the water is not safe to drink, it is treated. All the action take to make sure that drinking water is potable, and it is called water treatment. Okay, now we we take a look for source of water supply. Okay, for water for surface water. Okay, surface water is naturally by a pre-reception and natural loss through discharge, the ocean, evaporation, and from the groundwater reach. Okay, surface water is come from the water which fall to the ground and rain or hill. This water is collected from a special area called catchment. Okay, the catchment is the catchment feeds water into a holding area via river, stream, and creeks. Okay, the water is stored in a natural or artificial is made barrier called dam or reservoir. Okay, dam are usually placed at the lower end of a valley. Okay, for the catchment. Okay, catchment area are usually far away from the town or city to lessen the chance of the water being polluted. Alright. Okay, so there are laws which control human activities such as farming and reaction in catchment area and on demand to make sure that water supply are keep potable. Okay, as you can see, this is the surface water resources. Okay, from pond, river, lake, and reservoir or dam. Okay, for groundwater resources is that a flow or step down and saturated soil or rock supplying spring and well. Okay, water that drain downward below the root zone finally reach a level at which all the opening or voids in the earth material and fill with water. Okay, from water from groundwater is often begin a pre-purification and so into the groundwater. It is stored underground in rock and in pore of geology material, the same way as water fill a sponge. Okay. Okay, the upper surface of saturated zone is called the water table. For example, groundwater from the well, spring, or infiltration gallery. Okay, this is the example for the infiltration process. Okay, as you can see from this figure, okay, the water is infiltrate from the rainwater or river. It infiltrate, okay, come to the groundwater and goes to the river for river water. And this is for the well or aquifer, okay, from the well and aquifer of water. Okay, so now we take a look the characteristic of water. Okay, first we take a look the physical characteristic. Okay, what is the physical characteristic? Okay, physical characteristic of water such as temperature, color, taste, odor and age are determined by sense of touch, sign, smell and taste. Okay, for example, temperature by touch, color, floating grip, turbidity and suspended solid is by sight, and taste and odor by our smell. Okay, what is the turbidity? Okay, turbidity is a measure of the light transmitting properties of water and it is a compare of suspended and colloid material. Okay, turbidity is important for our health and aesthetic reason. Okay, turbidity also is a measure. Turbidity is the measure of relative clarify of liquid. It is a optical characteristic of water, and it is turbidity is an expression of the amount of light that is scattered by material in the water when a light is shined through the water sample. Okay, the higher intensity of scattered light, that higher turbidity. Okay, material that cause water to be turbid include clay, seed, fine divided in organic and organic matter, algae, solid color, organic compound and plankton and the other microscopic organism. Okay, uh, if if a large of amount of suspended solid are present in the water, it will appear turbid in appearance. Okay, the turbidity depend upon fitness and concentration of particle present in water. Okay, turbidity makes water cloudy or bucket. Okay, during a rainstorm, particle from the surrounding land and wash into a river, marking the water and muddy brown color. Okay, indicating water that has higher turbidity value is turbidity value. Okay, also during high flow, water velocity. Okay, water velocity are faster and water volume are higher, which can more easily stay up and suspended material from the stream bed, causing higher turbidity. Okay, the MS value for drinking water for turbidity is in range 10 to 25 NTU. Okay, for taste and odor. Okay, taste and odor, TNO in water can be caused by foreign matter such as organic compound, inorganic, salt or dissolved gases. Okay, taste and odor are human perfection, okay, of water quality. Human perfection of taste is include source such include source hydrochloric acid, salty sodium chloride, sweet scores, and bitter is caffeine. Okay, for this material is come from domestic agriculture or natural source. Okay, algae are frequently the source of TNO in surface water supply. Relatively simple compound product so and salt taste. Okay, however, sweet and bitter taste are produced by more complex organic compound. Okay, human detect many motifs of odor than taste. Organic material discharged directly to water, such as falling leaf, runoff on each a source of taste and other producing compound released during the biodegradation. Okay, for physical characteristic for color. Okay, color in water is preliminary and concern of water quality for aesthetic reason. For aesthetic reason, okay, color water give color. Actually, the color of water if give the appearance of being unfit to drink. Okay, even though the water may be perfectly safe for public use. Okay, on the other hand, okay, color can indicate the uh, presence of organic substance such as algae or human compound. Okay, and color is also more recently, color has been used as a quantitative assessment for uh, percent of potentially hazardous or toxic organic material in the water. Okay, temperature. Okay, physical characteristic for temperature. Okay, temperature of water affect some of the important physical properties and characteristic of water. Thermal capacity, density, specific weight, okay, viscosity, surface tension, um, specific conductivity, salinity and solubility of dissolved gases and each. Okay, chemical and biological reaction rate increase with increasing temperature. Okay, reaction rate for temperature usually assume to double for an increased temperature to 10 degrees Celsius. Okay, the temperature of water in stream and river throughout the world varies from 0 to 35 degrees Celsius. Okay, for chemical characteristic, we look first for pH. Okay, what is the pH? Okay, pH of the water is determine the solubility, and the pH value uh, is pH value donate the acid or alkali condition of water. It is expressed on scale range uh, from 0 to 14. Okay, which is common logarithm of the uh, radical of the hydrogen ion concentration. Okay, for the recommended pH range for drinking water is between 6.5 to 8.5. For low pH water will coat or dissolve metal and other substance. Okay, if the pH of water is more than 7, it will be a alkaline, and if the pH value is less than 7, the water is will be acid. Okay, the alkali of water is caused by the percent of by the presence of bicarbonate of calcium and magnesium, or by the carbonate of hydroxide or sodium. Okay, potassium, calcium, and magnesium. So, some, but not all of the compound that cause alkaline also cause hardness. Okay, uh, principle of pH value for public supply, maybe the range between 6.6 to 8.4. Okay, the lower value of pH may cause the uh, incursion. Okay, sediment deposit difficulty in chlorination process. Okay, chemical characteristic for hardness. Okay, what is the hardness? Hardness of water. Okay, hardness is water is the simple definition of water hardness. Hardness is the amount of dissolved calcium and magnesium in the water. Okay, we must measure the dissolved calcium and magnesium in the water to measure what the range of the hardness in the water. Okay, the hard water is high in dissolved material. Okay, both calcium and magnesium. Okay, depending on the hardness of water after using soap or soap to wash, you may have felt in there was a film of residue left in your hand. Okay, actually, what we can say, what is hardness at what is the fact of hardness in the water. Okay, the hardness is caused by compound of calcium and magnesium. Okay, the general guideline for clarification of water are 0 to 60 milligram per liter. As calcium carbonate is classified as soft if the range is between 61 to 120 milligram per liter. It's a moderate and the moderate hard is between 121 to 180 milligram per liter of hardness, and more than 180 milligram per liter is classified as a very hard. Okay, for water system using groundwater as a source are concerned with water hardness, since the water move through soil and rock is dissolved. Small amount of new naturally occurring material and carry them into the groundwater supply. Okay, chloride. What is the chloride? Okay, chloride is the concentration of chloride, iron. Okay, chloroiron determine the water quality, because the quality of water is get worse after increasing in the concentration of this iron, which limit possibility of using the natural water for different purpose, okay, such as household, agriculture, industry, and age. Okay, the principal source of the chloride iron in natural water are magnetic rock formation that include chlorine content material. Okay, the second source of this iron is what ocean, from where an considerable amount of chloride iron. Okay, uh, chloride enter in the atmosphere. From atmosphere, chloride ion enter in the natural water. It is in result of interaction between pre-reception in soil. Okay, the chloride content of treated water to be supplied to the public should not excess a value of about 250 ppm. Okay, the chloride content of water can be measured by treating the water with standard silver nitrate solution using potassium chromate as indicator. Okay, chemical characteristic for sulfate. Sulfate and iron. Okay, sulfate in water is frequently found in natural water as the result of chemical dissolution. Okay, dissolve sulfur content, mineral and oxidized sulfate and sulfur. Okay, this is the uh, uh, okay. This is the sulfate. Uh, this is the sulfate persamaan. Okay, the surface onion. What we call this is the um, this is our mathematical, okay, or we formula, okay, formula lah, okay, formula of the sulfate. Okay, the sulfate ion is entered in natural water as a result of oxidation of the substance from plant and animal origin. Okay, iron. This is the okay, the describe for the iron. Uh, iron. Okay, for iron, there is divided to the other part is iron, manganese, copper, sulfate, fluoride, okay, and fluoride. Okay, for the range of the iron that access is 0.3 ppm. Okay, for magnesium, the value is 0.05 ppm. Copper 1.3 ppm, sulfate is 250 ppm, and fluoride is 1.5 ppm. The value excess of this of the element when the value is more than this range, this iron is can access in the and they can affect for the human, especially for human lungs and the other respiration organ. Okay, solid for chemical characteristic is the total solid is suspended solid and dissolved solid. It can be obtained by evaporating a sample of water and weighing the dry residue left and weigh the residue left on the filter paper. Okay, the solid, the suspended solid can be found by filter. Okay, by filtering the water sample. Okay, the total of permissible amount of solid in the water is generally limited to 500 ppm. Okay, not not to cannot be larger than 500 ppm. Okay, for nitrate. Okay, nitrate ion are found in natural water as a result of the biological oxidation of nitrogenous material material, okay, in the soil. Okay, that is why that the concentration of this ion is rapidly increase in the summer when the process of nitrification take place. That is a very intensively. Okay. The other important of source for dressing of the surface water with nitrate ion are uh, perception, which absorb nitrate oxide and is convert them into the nitric acid. Okay, a great deal of nitric ion or NO3 is entered in surface water in surface water together with domestic water and water from industry and the agriculture. Okay, nitrate ion also is one of the indicator. Okay, one of the indicator of the degree of the pollution. Okay, pollution with organic nitrate content substance. Is it contain a substance? Okay. As you can see, okay, for free ammonia, okay, for free ammonia in water, it indicate very first stage for decomposite of organic matter. It should not be not excess 0.15 milligram per liter. Okay, for album or organic matter, it indicate the quantity. Okay, Hardness or organic matter in the water. It is indicate the quantity of nitrogen. Okay, quantity of nitrogen that are present in the water before. Okay, before and this composition of organic molten has started. Okay, the value is the value of organic matter, it should not excess 0.3 milligram per liter. Okay, for nitrate. Okay, nitrate is not fully oxidized organic matter in the water, and it's indicate fully oxidized organic matter in water if the value is highly dangerous, and therefore the permissible of amount of nitrate in water should be nil. Okay, should be nil in nitrate. Okay, the nitrate. Okay, the nitrate in the water is should be nil. Okay, because it is a highly dangerous for especially for the human. Okay, and last, okay, for the finally, nitrate in water is not harmful, but it too much, but the nitrate is the present is too much in the water. Okay, the nitrate concentration in domestic water supply basically is limit to 45 milligram per liter. Okay. Okay, the last one for water characteristic is biological characteristic. Okay, as we can see, this is the total coliform. What is the total coliform? Okay, total coliform is include a bacteria. Okay, total coliform in the water is include the bacteria that are found in the soil and in the water has been influenced by surface water and in human or animal waste. Okay, but the fecal coliform, okay, as you can see, this is the different, okay, different between total coliform and fecal coliform. Total coliform is a bacteria, okay, bacteria uh, from human and human or animal waste. Okay, for fecal coliform is group of the uh, total coliform. Okay, one of the fecal coliform is one of the group from the total coliform. Okay, where the fecal coliform is present. Okay, present especially in the gut and fecal. Okay, fecal contaminate. It is from the warm blooded animal or human, from the human. Okay, biological characteristic also structured. Okay, structured and contaminate. For example, is virus. Okay, for virus, smaller. Virus is smaller than bacteria. Okay, virus is smaller than bacteria. Okay, as we know, virus is smallest biological structure and it contain all the genetic information necessary for reproduction. And virus is cannot live by themselves, but it require a host. Okay. Okay, the most important, as we know, is virus is difficult to control by medically. Okay, and protozoa. What is the protozoa? Protozoa are notable for their ability to move independently and a characteristic found in the major of species. Okay, for protozoa. Okay, actually, the protozoa is free living or parasite. Okay, and protozoa also broken in four classes based on the mortality. Okay, for example, Calita, okay, Mastigopora, Sarodina and Sporozoa. Okay, there is a okay. What is the human impact? Okay, what is the human impact result in the reduction of fresh water? Okay, freshwater biomass, okay, make up only 1% of Earth's surface. Okay, but they provide a home for dispronation a number for the world species. However, however, our ecosystem and freshwater lake or river can be extremely fragile. Okay, and also a human activity can be detrimental to their health in a number of ways. Okay, such as developing structure, okay, developing structure, okay, dividing their flow, pollutant, okay, draining and draining of resources, okay, and also in many way human, okay, also in many way, okay, human depend on freshwater uh, ecosystem for survival. Okay, but their impact on this waterway is can be devastating. Okay, habitat for habitat alteration through industry, human normally human can alter or even destroy freshwater ecosystem through the construction of hydroelectric dam or irrigation project. Okay, dam. Okay, or normally dam construct is with the while artificially limited for flow of water downstream of the project, which can significantly change the ecosystem on both sides of the construction. Okay. It similarly, diverting water for irrigation can also reduce the availability water for the region. Okay, region uh, wildlife. Okay, and can alter the natural flow of water through the aquifer. Okay, over time, this change can lead to new ecosystem developing in the affect area, but heavy disruption to the natural balance lead to severe side of effects. Okay, for overview of water. Okay, overview of water. Human can have a major impact on freshwater system through water overs. Okay, the same waterways that support wildlife and plant also provide money uh, also provide the municipal water for city and town, and also when consumption outstrip the natural regeneration of this waterway, it is can negatively, okay, it is can negatively affect the our ecosystem. Okay, for reducing the amount of water in lake and other reservoir, put pressure on aquatic population. Aquatic population, okay, reduce the amount of living space available, and in some case it dries up stream and pond entirely. Okay, for chemical runoff and pollution, okay, for chemical. Okay, before this, also of water. Okay, and now is chemical runoff and pollution. Okay, for freshwater ecosystem, where the near town and city are also face threats for runoff and water pollution. Okay, for industry dumping, partially pollution for combustion engine and agriculture filterized in many cases end up the river, and in the many case is end up in a river and stream, either falling there directly or carry to the waterway by rain. Okay. Okay, practically toxin pollution may wipe out our ecosystem entry, but even small amount of less than compound can have an effect on wildlife. Okay, some of these toxin is substance can be cause genetic mutation. Okay, and can altering the life cycle of fish, okay, amphibia and other wildlife, and it can be causing a birth defect. Okay, birth defect that can destroy a population over time, especially for toxin pollutant. Okay, for wastewater flood. Okay, wastewater flood and other mishap. Okay, for one municipal sewage plant and livestock operation release only this water. Okay, uh, the treated water into the environment under normal circle system. Okay, system failure and flood can trigger. Okay, the flood can trigger a release of under treated sewage into the water circle. Okay, it depend. Okay, it depend on the particle toxin of the spill. And it may, okay, and it maybe, okay, it maybe kill large number of wildlife, or it may only alter the nutrient balance. Okay, it can alter a nutrient balance in the water. Okay, it also uh, can trigger. Okay, it also can trigger algae bloom, which is can cook off the freshwater ecosystem by taking up all the oxygen. Okay, by taking up all the oxygen available, or even suffering the the development. Okay, development of toxin organism. Okay, including certain type of cyanobacteria. Okay, cyanobacteria that can be badly to wildlife and even affect for human. Okay, for degradation of water quality. Okay, degradation of water quality is one of the major concern associated with developing hydroelectric facility. Okay, hydroelectric facility. Okay, hydropower. Although free from the direct carbon emission that fossil fuel combustion product, okay, has a wide variety of the environmental impact. Okay, the degradation in the quality of water that flow through the hydroelectric dam, and it is held in hydroelectric reservoir, because it's a major concern, and it affect, okay, it affect a wide range and plant and animal life. Okay, in general, the variety of negative impact of hydroelectric facility have on water are a type of water pollution. Okay, although pollution is usually through of the being that addition of some harmful pollution or chemical to the water. Pollution is really the addition of the substance. Okay, the really addition of the substance or energy that cause harm to living resources. Okay, for resources pose hazard to human health. Okay, hazard to human health. Aquatic activities such as fishing or impair of water quality. Okay, for more on what pollution is, refer in below. Okay, pollution. Okay, we look what is the pollution in the water. Okay, pollution, as we can see from this figure. Okay, this is the okay, from this figure it show the water pollution that happen in the sea. Okay, human Okay, for human, drain ecology degradation continue to be a major problem around, especially around the world. Okay, pollution is the presence of the any substance that hide in that level. Okay, in air, water, soil, or food to threaten the health of human. Okay, human, animal, and plant. Okay, there are there are two category of pollution source. Okay, pollution source can be split into the point sources and non-point sources. Okay, 4 point sources, it is a single large. Okay, 4 point sources is a single large enter into the environment. Usually 4 point sources is means a source can be traced, like some take of the coal fire power plant or the drain pipe of the factory. Okay, for non-point source, okay, it's hard of even impossible to identify, okay, for non-point source, because their pollution are disappear. For example, would be runoff the filterized and pesticide from farms. Okay, from farms, golf cart, and resident alone into stream or lake. It is happen. This is happen that there is a pollution in the stream and lake. Okay, but it is not so apart exactly where it come from the uh, where it is come from. Okay, pollution also and a waste can often be confused. Okay, confused for one other. Pollution is the unwanted and most often harmful by product of any system. Throughout, it is used where waste in the disposed product by one's useful system. Okay, for more information, okay, the determining what is the pollution versus waste can be somewhat confusing. Okay, however, there are way to look at each indistinguish easily between the two. First is a quick look at the definition. Okay, pollution. Okay, the pollution definition. Okay, the present in or introduction into the environment of substance or item that has harmful or business effect. Okay, for definition for waste, okay, material that is not wanted, the usable remain or byproduct of the process. Okay, there are several different way that the use of water to uh, produce electricity polluted the water either as a directly result of the action of the dam itself or as a byproduct. Okay, uh, the creation of a reservoir or the uh, redirection of water system. Okay, contamination. Okay, what is the water contamination? Okay, water contamination is the first step in understand uh, what is the contamination cause and effect is learning just okay how to properly define water contamination in the first place. They are different between contamination and pollution. Okay, repeatedly. There are difference. Okay, there are difference between contaminate and pollution. Okay, what is the pollution? Okay, what is the difference? Okay, what is the difference between contamination and water pollution? Okay, these two words might seem like they mean the same thing, but they are slightly different. Okay, water contamination is referred to any situation in which water contains something other than water. Okay, only pure water can be considered free of any contaminant. Even when water contain trace amount of the salt or material or mineral, it's technically contaminate. Okay, even when the water is contain the amount of other mineral, it can technically contaminate. As you can see, the contaminate isn't always a bad thing, even though the contamination of the terms implies that it is. Okay, contamination may be something as simple as hard water in your tap, or as significant as E. coli outbreak. Okay, E. coli is a pathogenic bacteria. Okay, how much contamination must be present for pollution to occur? Okay, basically there is a cut-off point at which water contamination become a water pollution. It all has to do with the amount and severity of the contamination present in the water. Okay, for example, uh, trace amount of copper trace trace amount of copper are actually beneficially in the water, and many treatment facility will add it. This is to fresh water to provide some much needed nutrients to the people who drink it. Okay. However, if copper is present at high level, it can seriously poison. Okay, it can seriously poison anyone who come into contact with this water. Okay, only when copper is present in a high enough quantity, okay, does it become a pollutant instead of the contaminate. Alright. Which area? Okay. Which area are at the greatest risk for water contaminate? Okay. Which area are at the greatest risk for water contamination? Okay. Although we all face water contamination regularly. Okay, there are some place where it's more of the concern than other. For example, anywhere unsanitary condition are present, the water is much more likely to be contaminated with bacteria, parasite, virus, and more. Okay, people who live downstream from factory are more likely to experience contaminate from chemical and waste. Okay, while anyone living in a rural community near a lot of farm by lot of harm may be at generated risk for contaminate from chemical pesticide. Okay, now that you have a basic framework for understand okay about the contamination, it is time to move okay to learn about its cause and effect. Okay, remember that water contamination is a problem we all face. Okay, but that is some part of the country and the world you may experience worse contamination situation. Then okay, you will elsewhere. Okay, keep your eyes open and take this is the notice the last notice. Okay, keep your eyes open and take notice of pollution problem in your area. Okay, now we look what is the cause of water contamination. Okay, why the contamination happen in our water. Okay, cause of water contaminate. Okay, there are a lot of different cause. Okay, actually there are a lot of different cause of contamination in the water, and they come from a variety or different sources. Okay, different type of water contamination can cause a specific type of problem, and some cause of contaminate may also be causes of pollution. Okay, however, no matter what aspect of water contamination you are looking into, you can expect to see some of the same pattern occurring over and over again throughout it many courses. Alright. Okay, I want to skip for this. Okay, contaminate from groundwater, surface water, rainwater, direct, indirect. Alright. Okay. We take a look just surface for contaminate in groundwater. Okay, contamination in groundwater. Okay, groundwater is most important type of water in the planet. Okay, in our planet, this is what groundwater is resources. One of the water resources. Okay, water resources. We often overuse without realizing it, but it is one of the desperately need to protect. Okay, I repeat, groundwater is one of the resources that we must or we need to protect. Okay, we use groundwater every time we drill. Groundwater. How to get the groundwater? Okay, how to get the groundwater? Actually, we can drill. Okay, we can drill or well or pumping water from the unseen source for any purpose. Okay, groundwater pollution. Okay, groundwater pollution is often caused by substance that seep through the soil into the water table. Okay, although many people are unfamiliar with groundwater, it is actually when we get the majority for our fresh drinking water from around the world. This is the water that stored the surface of the planet. Although this might sound as true, more protect than surface water. Okay, the opposite is often true. Okay, groundwater is much more seriously treated than surface water in the world today. Okay, this type of pollution lead to seriously compulsion in much of our drinking water. Okay, because of the high hydrological cycle, okay, groundwater is eventually reaching surface freshwater source with uh, with more water. Okay, this is what keep them from running dry. But when groundwater is suffer, this surface water source is to do unfortunately. Okay, this means that where whatever pollutant are present in groundwater eventually find their way to our drinking water. Okay, for surface water, okay, contaminate or polluted in surface water. Surface water pollution is often caused by dumping. Okay, is caused by dumping. Okay, surface water is a opposite of groundwater. Okay, groundwater is below. Okay, surface water is upper. Okay, that's why is a surface water is the opposite of the groundwater. It's any water you can see on the surface of the planet, including lake, river, pond, stream, spring, and even the ocean. Okay, freshwater pollution affects surface water source quite a lot. But not as much as in affect groundwater. Okay, surface water isn't used for drinking very often, but when it often contaminated or polluted by substance present in the groundwater that recharge it. Okay, this type of pollution lead to further compulsion down the line. Okay, for rainwater pollutant. Okay, rainwater pollutant is caused by the evaporation of pollutant water as part of the hydrology cycle. Okay, there is a rainwater pollution. Okay, although we don't use rainwater for drinking very often, this type of contaminate can seriously affect people to do really on certain to get their water. Okay, for direct water. Okay, direct water. For example of direct water is sewage and septic system. Is cause of the pollution of direct water. Okay, one of them is sewage and septic system. And then construction. Okay, construction site also one of the effect. Okay, one of the effect of direct water polluted. And lake and spill. Okay, this direct cause of contaminate may be accidentally, but that doesn't make them and less trouble. A lot of time They could have been prevented by better attention to okay, more through assessment and more frequent maintenance. Okay, whatever caused this event to occur. Okay. However, they can always be pointed to as a direct cause of any serious contaminate or any serious contamination issue. Okay, for indirect. Okay, indirect pollution. Okay, indirect pollution is perhaps not surprisingly or indirect causes. Okay, such as factory dumping, agriculture site, and landfill. Alright. Similarly with the direct. Okay. But the pollution causes by indirect is we not or this it is a disappear. Okay, that's all for chapter 1. Water resources and quality of water. It quite technically, okay, and full of the data. Okay, all the student must know. Okay, what is the important in this chapter is all the student must know what is the physical characteristic of water or student must know the quality of the water or water quality characteristic. Okay, I repeat or we recap. Okay, we recap the uh, content of uh, this chapter 1. Okay, first student must be can determine the uh, water quality characteristic for groundwater, surface water, groundwater and surface water, especially physical characteristic. We have three characteristics of water quality. First is physical characteristic, second is chemical characteristic, and third is biological characteristic. And student also can explain about the surface water and groundwater contaminate generation. Okay. Alright, that's all for chapter 1. Water resources and quality for water supply and wastewater engineering. Thank you.